A very good morning to everyone. Hopefully you are good today. So I am Muhammad Ashraf bin Abdul Hisham, Chairman of MARA. So before we started our meeting, I would like you all to introduce yourself and your department. Thank you.
Thank you to our believer, Mr. Chairman. I am Muhammad Ridhwan bin Mahadi. I am a secretary of MARA.
And I'm Muhammad Akram bin Mustafa from the Human Resource Department.
My name is Muhammad Danial Hazieq bin Muhammad Zakri. I'm from Marketing Department.
My name is Muhammad Zikry bin Muhammad Arshad and I am from Product Marketing.
Thank you everyone for your attendance today. So I give the floor to Mr. Ridhwan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will share our amendment in the previous meeting. The first one is from the previous meeting, the date of the event was stated on 1 January 2022, but it have amendment about the date. The date changed from 1 January 2022 to 31 January 2022 for the new date of the event. The second amendment is, in the previous minutes, the venue of the event is at our company hall, but it have amendment which is the hall change, the venue change from our company hall to the new venue which is at Seri Muda Hall. And the third amendment, the amendment about the number of participants of the event. In the previous meeting, everyone agreed the number of participants around 500 people. But according to our situation, which is COVID-19, we must follow the standard operating procedure, SOP, from our government. It means the number of participants is amendment according the capacity of the venue event. So now I would like to give our chairman, Mr. Ashraf, to confirm the previous minute meeting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ridhwan. So I would like to confirm the previous meeting minutes. Before that, I want to remind you about our agenda for today. So, our agenda is state the progress for each department about the current situation jobless individual. List 5 methods to help jobless individuals to survive. Stated the strength and the weakness of the method. Choose 3 of the best methods and it will be. So, due to the COVID-19, this pandemic in Malaysia, we as the entrepreneur agency has raising funds from the government to help the individual jobless to survive during this pandemic. So the financial department will take will take part for this matter. So before we continue our meeting, so I would like to know some progress from other departments. So firstly, I would like to invite marketing department.
So in our previous meeting, we already agreed that marketing strategies have been changing from poster to video advertisement, and we also changed advertising from billboard to social media platform. That's from our department.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Danial Hazieq. Now I would like to hear from product marketing.
From our previous meeting, we are from Product Marketing suggest to activate one business account through social media such as Instagram and Facebook. So in this platform, we will promote our product such as food, gadget and clothes. Besides, we will also provide them IT knowledge so they will know how to take an advantage of this platform to grow their business, especially during this pandemic. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zikry. So now I would like to hear from HR.
For the HR department, our progress is we had our meeting among the HR yesterday to create a long-term plan on things about the technology and innovation that will be applied to our department. We want to improve in our system, which must be upgraded because now the issue of hacking is more active and many companies in the country are affected. This is also very important to improve our department and it will also benefit to our company. And then the employees also give a good feedback and suggestion and we will improve on our next and subsequent meetings.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akram, from the Human Resource Department. So next, we will go to the second list from our agenda, which is 5 methods to help jobless individuals to survive. Okay, I would like to suggest, from my opinion, a short-term contract for those jobless individuals. So in this term, we will give them some job, so they can get some job from our company. So as we know that the short-term contract will give them more experience after this. So next, I would like to invite Mr. Ridhwan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is a good idea. And for my opinion, I suggest that our company to funding skills and certification course programs to the jobless, such as a halal certification. That we can collaborate with HDC, which is Halal Development Center, to give the jobless the training and the certification course of the halal certification. So we can open the quota for 500 people selected to register in this program. Then this program can provide opportunities for individuals for develop skills and their qualification. I'm sure and I think all of we have Instagram account. We have seen a post that gone viral on the early pandemic that a pilot have lost his job and he's changed from the pilot and opened a burger stall. So I will give some more example to make my point clear. We just imagine that the individuals took up the feet of stewardess or a pilot. After the COVID, they lost their jobs. We can see that the airline is having lot of problem in facing COVID-19 season. So with this program, the individual can obtain additional qualification others than the diploma certificate, degree certificate, and so on. For me, if we want to apply for a job, we must have a certificate and qualification that are appropriate for the job we are applying for.
Thank you, Mr. Ridhwan. So I give the floor to Mr. Danial Hazieq.
That's a good idea, Mr. Ridhwan. In my opinion, we can post an advertising on the website or social media to open employment opening in order to find an agent or dropship without charging a fee or requiring a hard prerequisite to apply. It can also aid the unemployed because it is all done online and anyone can do it anywhere and at any time. That's my opinion for this method.
Thank you, Mr. Danial Hazieq. So, Mr. Zikry, how about you?
From my opinion, I have 2 suggestions. which is my first suggestion. We should extend the repayment period of the Mara loan. As we all know, during this pandemic COVID has affected their financial terribly. So at least we can extend their time from 6 months to 10 months or 12 months to give their time, their much time and opportunities to repay the Mara loan. So this will give them a period of calm and they will not be so stressed and desperate to repay the Mara loan. Next, my second suggestion is we should give an additional funds to graduates under Mara. Therefore, we must stabilize their financial and so they can build their own business as soon as possible to support their life. So I think we should have a little bit common sense and understand their situation, especially during this pandemic season. And I think this is a very effective method to help them. That is from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zikry. And how about you, Mr. Akram?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to give two suggestions about this issue. In my opinion, is more concentrated and given priority to among the graduates who have already completed their studies. Why did I say this? Because graduates are more likely to be unemployed once their studies are completed. The unemployment rate among the graduates is also increasing, but unfortunately, they are having a hard time getting a job now at the moment, and they also have the high skills as well, but are unable to use them due to this issue. The issue of salaries and experience, it can be considered and discussed, but the issue now, the unemployment among the graduates must be addressed first. That is my first opinion. And then my second suggestion, I'd like to suggest on providing facilities to the jobless. It is for those who want to do the business in face-to-face, but they do not have the site to do the business. Therefore, the facilities that we can provide, such example, provide a site for them to do the business. With this, we can help to reduce their burden. That is my suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akram. So next, we will proceed to the strength and the weakness of the method. So first of all, may I ask Daniel Hazieq, okay, what do you think the weakness from the Mr. Ridhwan opinion?
I agree completely with Mr. Ridhwan and your opinion about the methods. Manager develop work possibilities for unemployed to apply for, assist jobless person in developing employable skills, and place an employee on probation before hiring them, create a culture of lifelong learning to create a workforce that is flexible and adaptive. That is a wonderful idea for me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel Hazieq. Okay, so I would like to ask Mr. Akram, do you think Mr. Ridhwan have the best strength for our company?
Mr. Chairman, for me, I agree with Mr. Ridhwan. His suggestion is that our company to funding the skills and certification course programs for the jobless. It is a good and delightful idea that the jobless will get good skills, and after that, it will give a good to them. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akram. So next, we will proceed to the next agenda. We need to choose the best method to help individual jobless. So I give the floor to anyone to start for this best method.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, but I would like to disagree to the second suggestion from Mr. Akram, which is doing a business face to face. So, as we all know, due to this COVID pandemic, our movement is very limited to go out to dealing between sellers and buyers. So, I suggest that we can deal our business and communicate between each others by using social media such as Instagram and Facebook and also WhatsApp. So through this method, this will simplify our affairs and minimize our movement in preventing ourselves from this virus COVID-19 that is very dangerous to us. So that is my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zikry. I like your opinion. So how about you, Mr. Daniel Hazieq?
For me, Mr. Ridhwan and Mr. Chairman opinion is the best solution.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Mr. Akram?
I think Mr. Ridhwan and Mr. Zikry have a good idea. I totally agree with them.
Okay, thank you to everyone. So now, so we will choose the three best method, which was a short-term contract, which was 6 months. We will give them to find a job under our agency. Next, we will give funding skill and certification for those individual jobless. Just like Mr. Ridhwan said, there are so many examples that we can give to individual jobless. So, and lastly, we can extend the repayment period for Mara loan. So, in this loan, I think Mr. Zikry, for all loan that we provide, is it right?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zikry. So, I would like to give the floor to anyone who want to ask or giving any opinion.
I would like to share our staff complaint and our problem at the company, and the issue is about parking lot problem. Many staff complain that our parking lot not enough. They need to parking far from the company, and they need to walk. They need to walk far to get to the company. Many of them text me via WhatsApp, and some of them talking to me and complain to me face to face. Okay, so and then we need to remind them to not parking their vehicle properly. To parking their vehicle properly via WhatsApp, or we can put the signboard that this lot or this place they cannot park their vehicle. And the last one is our staff request to me to arise this matter to our meeting, that they want to install a water filter at level 2. They also ask for air purification to get fresh air when works. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ridhwan. I'm sorry for that, but I think we will proceed that matter to our next meeting. So hopefully you can arise the matter again on our next meeting. So before we end our meeting, I would like to remind Mr. Ridhwan to take all of the notes, all of the information before we end it. So lastly, before we end it, I need to ask any question.
No, Mr. Chairman.
No, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
thank you for everyone. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your opinion. Hopefully, we can solve the matter that we discussed in our meeting. So thank you everyone, and hopefully we will hopefully we can meet again after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. See you again.